Bonjour! Welcome to French. We're in room 150 now. We are back at school. It's very, very exciting. So as you can see, this is our classroom, all our desks. There's me sitting on a desk. Got cabinets on the back wall and under the windows. Some of you have seen this before, some of you haven't. If you look closely on my desk where that arrow is, you will see a QT cup. Some of you know that you see a lot of these because I love Diet Coke. Drink it all day, every day. Okay, before we get started in school this semester term, let's go over our regular rules that we have in the classroom. We haven't had to have most of these rules because we've been on the computer. But now half of the time you will be in class with me and half of the time you will be at home with your lovely Chromebook. So, rules. They're pretty simple and pretty obvious. The first thing is you need to be on time. And this is very important now because after 8:10, if you show up, you will be absent. You'll need to go to the office and check in with them. If you're online and you're here after 8:10, you will have to wait until I happen to see you and let you in, and I will mark you late. So if you want to get your work done and you don't want to be marked late, because remember, you only have 8 to 13 absences or latenesses before you're eligible to lose credit in the class, then be sure you're here on time. I was very flexible when we were just online, but this semester I will not be able to be. This is what you need to be prepared. You need a pen or a pencil. Please don't show up without one. It is my policy not to lend pens and pencils. Especially now that we have the coronavirus to worry about, I will not be giving you pens and pencils to write with. I will do my best to be sure we don't touch anything in common without cleaning it first. Notebook. You need to have your own notebook, a spiral notebook like I told you to buy at the beginning of the semester. You should use the same one from the first quarter/semester, the first term, because you will need to know the vocabulary from the first term in order to complete the second term. A charged Chromebook. Notice that your laptop is not just with you, it is charged, and I highly recommend you bring your charging cord also. Do not forget that. You need a pen or a pencil, a notebook, a charged Chromebook, and a set of earbuds or headphones. This is extremely important because you'll be working on the Chromebook in class as well, and you want to be able to listen to what the tapes tell you, the videos tell you. So if you don't have those, please go out and get them. They sell them very cheaply at the dollar store. The other option is you can talk to me if you absolutely can't buy them, and we'll see what we can do about it. Okay, we need to follow the dress code now that we're back at school. No pajamas, no slippers, no spaghetti straps, no shorts that are too short, no skirts that are too short. Try to look respectable. I know some people don't think of respectable the way I do, but this person right here, my little avatar, she is absolutely in dress code. She's wearing flat, comfortable shoes, which everyone should always wear, and pants and a sweater, and nothing extraneous is showing. Okay, how do we behave? First of all, we want to avoid profanity, so I don't want to hear you cussing and swearing in class. We need to avoid racial comments. What somebody else's race is or isn't is none of our business and doesn't need to be commented on. Insults. We should know by now not to insult people in class. We're all there to learn. And all those mean behaviors. So any behavior that is not kind, we need to ignore in class. I will not tolerate behavior in my classroom that is not kind to the people around you. This includes laughing at someone when they do something silly, things like that. This is a friendly space. I pride myself on having a class that is friendly, and we want to keep it that way. Be respectful and polite to your teacher and your classmates. Remember, we're all here together. We need to be respectful of each other, and we need to treat each other politely. You may drink a beverage in class, that is fine, but I'm going to ask you, please do not eat. I've had many problems with ants and other bugs in this classroom, and I do not wish to have that again. So you may bring something to drink, that's fine, but please don't eat. I will ask you to put it away if you do. Okay, bathroom is always a big issue. I will allow people to go to the bathroom. You cannot go in the first 15 minutes of class, and you cannot go in the last 15 minutes of class. And I will decide if you can go or not in the middle. It's really up to me. If we're doing something that you need to be there for, then absolutely you need to be in class and not in the bathroom. I do realize that this is an hour-and-a-half class, though, and some people drink a lot of coffee before school or before class or soda. So I do recognize people will need to go to the bathroom. We need to be understanding of each other to do that. Okay, so what are the rules and procedures for French class during hybrid learning? In other words, how is class going to run? What is a little bit different now that we're doing hybrid? I think the first thing we need to recognize is that things are going to be awkward at first. Don't get frustrated. We will figure it all out. Yes, you must wear a face covering at all times. Procedures for starting class. You will only be able to enter the room when the bell rings and I unlock the door. Until then, you need to wait outside in line. When you are waiting at the classroom door, you must keep social distance from one another. I do not want to see you all crowded up by the door when I open it. It's important that there's distance between us in order to be safe and healthy. Do not hug, shake hands, fist bump, or touch each other in any other way while waiting. If I see a lot of hugging and handshaking, I'm going to be having chats with you about whether you can come into my classroom. You must use hand sanitizer on the way into the room. I will provide that. I have a big vat of it right next to the door. You just give yourself a squirt and you'll be fine. As you enter the room, do not touch anything except for your own seat and desk. I will discuss with you exactly how the seating chart will work. Don't touch anyone else either. I already said that, but I'm saying it again. You'll have assigned seats about 6 feet apart. I'll discuss that with you when you get in the classroom. I'll tell you how to come in, and then wherever you're sitting the first day is where you're going to sit for quite a while. Once you are inside the room, in-class students should sit down quietly on your assigned seat while I take attendance. The more noise you make, the longer it's going to take. When the bell rings, online students should wait while I finish attendance with the in-class students. I have to take attendance from 2 sets of kids, the kids in my room and the kids online. So you have to be patient while I'm taking attendance with each other. Do not leave WebEx. If you're online, do not leave WebEx until I say to, because when I come to take attendance for you, you may not be there anymore if you've gotten on and left, and then you will be marked absent. Okay, online students only. If you are late, you will have to wait to be let into class. You can see this person in the picture looking very frustrated. Do not leave. Don't get into the lobby outside the classroom and then leave. You need to wait until I let you in. I will get to you eventually. If you don't like waiting, don't be late for class. It's that simple. I will then go over with everybody the daily agenda. So we'll have an agenda every day so that everyone in both parts of the class is aware of what's going on and when. When I'm done with the agenda, then we will all go on to classroom and get started on a video lesson. I may run things a little bit differently in class than I do with you on home. At home, online, you're just going to the video lesson, going to the independent work, going to the flip grid, just like we always did. Now, if you're in class, we may take some time in between those things to do other things. It's going to be an adjustment for all of us. Please understand if others are having a difficult time figuring it all out. This counts for your teacher too. This is new for everybody, including me. I've been teaching for 20 years and I have never had to teach this way. It's a completely new thing for me. Very likely that I will make some mistakes, screw some things up. All I ask from you is to be patient with me. I'll be patient with you. We'll all get through just great if we look at it as something we're doing together. It's okay if we're all panicked and confused because we're going to get through it together, as I just said. In general, we'll be working the same way we have been, video lesson and independent work. Try to keep your cat off your Chromebook. One main difference is that students in class live will also do student speaking practice. So in between, we'll be putting in some conversations, some other things to practice that you won't be able to do at home. But that's okay. You will have a speaking partner, but you will have to sit or stand 6 feet apart. So that will be interesting, right? We're going to have to talk very loudly. Because you are all here 2 days a week, you will all end up with the same amount of instruction. So even though you won't be doing speaking practice with me every day, you will be doing it twice a week, and both sections will get the same amount of time practicing their speaking. So no one's going to get ahead of anybody else. Don't worry about that. If the technology works on that particular day, all of our assignments are going to be paperless. I am not going to give you paper that I have touched. You are not going to give me paper that you have touched. I take this illness very seriously, and I'm not interested in getting it. I have children at home. I have an elderly mother I take care of. I cannot get sick. I cannot pass it on to anyone else. And I certainly don't want you to get sick or your families. So if the technology works, I will put if it doesn't work, if we have to change that, I'll let you know. If it fails us in the classroom, what I'll do is I'll print out the independent work for the students live in class, and we will also be doing some puzzles on paper in class. However, I will come around and look at them at your desks, and you will recycle them at the end of class. I will not ever touch them. If I do hand out paper, I will wear gloves and or sanitize my hands so I do not transmit any germs to you. I'm not just worried about getting this illness myself. I also don't want to be passing any germs to anyone else. So if I give out papers to you, I will be sure that my hands are clean before I touch the paper. And then when we are finished exercises, I will come around and look at what you did without touching it, and then you will recycle it. Do not forget to bring your Chromebook fully charged and your earbuds and headphones every day that you are in class. Chromebook, charge cord, earbuds, 3 technological things, notebook, pencil, or pen, 2 non-technological things. When you are working from home, and I kind of implied this before, you do not have to remain on WebEx for the entire period. You may sign off to work just like last term, but however, you must wait for me to give you permission to go, or you may be marked absent. Yes, I said that twice because it's very important. If you're online, wait until I tell you to get off of WebEx before you do. One important rule to remember when working from home: using the internet during a test or a quiz counts as cheating. Telling you that now because last term I know there were a lot of people taking answers straight from the internet on their quizzes and tests and on their homework. Don't do it. I can always tell when you use the internet, and I will definitely not tolerate it this semester. Last term I was a little forgiving. This term I will not be. If I see things in your writing that you have no way of knowing because you haven't learned them yet, I will give you a 0. Okay, phew, I bet you're all tired, right? That's a lot of information. We're actually going to watch this video again tomorrow. Well, again, the second time, so that we can really be sure we've absorbed all the information and we have a chance to ask questions. Don't worry, we're going to figure all this out. I have total faith in us because we are awesome. You are awesome. You guys did great last semester. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do this term to really learn all this stuff, and it's going to be so great to see you guys again. So at this point, I'm going to sign off. Au revoir. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in a little